I mean, I don't think you can, and I think I can personally relate to that just because obviously my freshman year I was the backup to Sean Clifford, and he, is still a great friend of mine, a great mentor of mine, and honestly, I didn't realize what he had to go through on a weekly basis, or just like what it is to be a starting quarterback until I was last year, and I'm glad I was able to learn behind a guy like Sean just to get a like sneak peek into that life and really pick his brain and understand what it is to be like the quarterback at Penn State. So I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. And I think, going through it for the first time was definitely a different experience though, just because it's happening to you. It's not happening to someone next to you. Like you really don't know what everybody's going through until you're going through it yourself. So, I learned a lot of things about myself last year. And I think I've, really taken that and worked on it throughout the whole off season and, just tried to become a better version of myself compared to last year.
Is the growth away from the field as important as the growth on the field?
I mean, 100%. Like, I think, especially playing quarterback because, there's so much spotlight on you. You get a lot of the credit when things go right. And you probably get, you get a lot of blame when things don't go your way. And I think it's just, the nature of the position. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about it just because I know what it was, when I committed here and signed here to play quarterback. So I was expecting those things. And honestly, nobody has higher expectations for myself than me. So, I take great pride in that. But again, like, I think away from the field, like growing up and maturing, and that obviously, like I'm pretty young for my age. Like I'm still only 20, so like I went through a lot of growing up, and I think I found myself last really off season and just who I can trust and who to surround myself with. And Coach Franklin has done a great job with me and my family of just being a huge resource for me, and I can literally go up to his office any time of the day and knock on his door and talk about anything if it's related to football or not. So I think that's been a huge part of my development as well.
What was your goalie count in the last 3 years? Oh my gosh!
In terms of like
on or off?
I mean, I think it will always be the first start at West Virginia in front of Beaver and throwing that first touchdown and like just realizing like that, like I was the starting quarterback at Penn State and to have that opportunity come up and like is something that you dream of as a kid. And, it's definitely something that I envisioned myself, doing when I was growing up, but obviously like actually doing it is something different and something that, I don't take for granted just because I know how much like people around me have sacrificed for me to be in this position. And, I don't take those people for granted just because of how much support they've shown me throughout, my life.
Drew, have you touched with Bo since he committed? You wish him well? I'm just curious.
Yeah, we texted, I think it might have been the day or two before or the day after. I forget what it was, but we texted like either right after he committed or right before he committed. And I just wished him luck. He wished me luck with the playoffs and that sort of thing. But, he's going to do a great job down there. He's going to take advantage of every opportunity he has. And he's going to earn everybody's respect down there just because of the type of person he is and the type of work ethic he has.
What have you seen from Boise State second bowl?
I think they do a great job of contesting a lot of passes. There's not a lot of easy completions on tape, and that's just a credit to them. Just obviously reading the routes and reading the quarterbacks and that sort of thing. But I think they're pretty fast in the secondary as well. Like they're overall they recover really well if they do get beat, and they'll let a ton of explosive plays happen in the pass game. So. For us, it's going to be about executing those easy throws early in the game and me giving our receivers, rack balls so they can just make the first guy miss out to the catch.
What about the blitz? I mean, they're second in the country in sacks. I mean, but it's a lot of blitzing. It's not like traditional bang and rush. What do you see in terms of the scheme and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a great scheme overall. I have a lot of respect for, just their defensive staff in general. You can tell that they're a really prepared unit and just the way they play. And they play extremely hard and extremely physical and play through the whistle. So I think that sticks out on tape. But as far as pressure, they do a great job of just, creating a lot of confusion up front with twists and picks and stunts and that sort of thing. So it's going to be my job to help the O-line out as much as I can, getting them on the right page if I see, pressure and putting them in the best position possible to win those matchups and pass those stunts off. So it's going to be a huge key to victory for us.
When the bracket came out, everybody kind of said, "Oh, Penn State's got the easy path here." I mean, how do you guys kind of look at Boise State and get obviously this group of 5 teams, and how do you see in terms of where they stack up here?
Yeah, I think the outside narrative is that it's a 4-game season, but in reality, it's only a 1-game season because you're only guaranteed the one game that you have in front of you. And, as far as the outside, I think, for Boise State, I think they don't get enough credit for how good they really are as a team. They've done a phenomenal job throughout this year of, winning games in very various different ways and doing a great job defensively. Just creating a lot of turnovers, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. But I don't think we never really look at the outside noise just because it won't help us go out there and win the game. So it's about what we see on tape, and what I see on tape is a really, really sound defense that is going to make plays on Tuesday or whatever.
Really stand out to you?
Yeah, they're 2 DNs, 91 and 5. I think they do a great job of just causing a lot of disruption in the run and pass game, and just being creating as much chaos as possible and creating a lot of confusion up front. So they do a really good job, and I think their linebackers help them a lot too, just with picking up blitzes and stunts and picking the O-line for those guys to get free rushes. So it's going to be a huge importance for me to be on the same page with the O-line, getting the protection right.
If you had to pick out one of the